Brian, so we saw there that you were spending a lot of time with the search and rescue teams. What more can you tell us about the mission that they have, difficult mission they have?
Good morning, Tessa. Well, here in Mati, there's really a sense of duty. You can see a lot of people who are out cleaning, repairing, helping one another, talking to each other. After almost a week after this tragedy, there's really a sense that this community wants to come together to overcome this unprecedented tragedy. And it goes for locals, as you saw, with the food distribution, and it also goes with NGOs and civil society organizations like the Red Cross, who are here trying to help and who will say they will they will stay here as long as necessary, because there's still a lot of work to be done. As you said, there are 91 people officially dead from this tragedy. 25 are still missing, so there's still a lot of search and rescue operation going on. But of course, there are still 100 people, hundreds of people who are affected, whether it's directly or indirectly, by the fires that happened here.
Yeah, and for those people who have been affected, how are they coping? How are they coping with what's happened?
Well, as you know, this is really a holiday destination, so the people that have been directly affected are probably home grieving with their families. But the ones who stayed here and the ones who I managed to talk to, well, there's of course still a lot of grief, but there's also a lot of anger and questions going on, how this happened, and people are trying to blame or find somebody to hold responsible for. It's true, there's been a lot of talks about the urbanism and the way the buildings have been built here, with some of them directly on the sea and blocking access to the sea. And when you look at the roads here in Mati and other villages in this area, you can sort of understand how a tragedy like this could happen. I mean, there's barely enough space for two cars to pass, so you can imagine in a moment of panic when the whole village is trying to get out, you can understand how such a tragedy can happen. But as I said, after a week of grieving, now is really a time of questions. This week should be more political, with more questions being asked, more issues being raised, to understand how this happened and especially how it can be avoided again in the future.